What's going on, Players Lounge? Aaron Murray here, and we have a special offensive show as we are on week one. Finally, we're here. Football is happening this weekend for the University of Georgia. We had our defensive show, so make sure you go check that one out. I sat down with Brandon Boykin and Keely Ringo. Keely was the star DB last year, now in the Philadelphia Eagles. Today, we got the offensive show, though, the most important side of the ball, the one that scores all the points, the one that actually does win the national championship, not the defensive side. I got my boys, TK, the best post runner in America, Ben Jones, the most loyal center in America, and then Knowshon Moreno, the best hurdler in America. I mean, it's like the trifecta is just too perfect.
I love it.
Fellas,
What are you
appreciate you
giving
jumping on me.
yourself though? Then I mean,
The
I heard
best face
ours.
in Georgia football history.
Oh wow.
Oh snap!
I don't even know. I
Oh
don't know about that one.
snap!
Oh, what are you talking about? What are you talking
I,
about? Pretty guy over here. Ben knows.
Ben
Ben,
knows.
ben will said I had the softest hands of all the
The
quarterbacks in
smallest
the
little hands under me.
softest. The softest. Always lathered up.
Oh
But
my
no, it's good
goodness!
to get you guys back. That's kind of the mission of the Players Lounge. We want to give you guys the ability to get the insight directly from the players. We have three great player shows right now at the University of Georgia where the players are the ones actually driving the content. So make sure you go to theplayerslounge.io or our YouTube channel to get all that great content. And then also from Letterman, guys that have been there, done that, been in the shooters of these players, understand what it takes to go out there and play at a very high level. So obviously these three guys are the epitome of that. So we're going to break down a few things today. We're gonna kind of look back at what Georgia lost this offseason, all the great players that graduated, moved on to the NFL, now outside the football. We'll break down the guys that are returning this season, what we're looking forward to those guys, and then talk about this weekend's game and our expectations and what we think are going to unfold, and then have to finish with obviously some score predictions as well. So just a little history for those that aren't Georgia fans that may be tuning in. Last year was a good damn year. Back-to-back national champs. Offensively, though, this is the guys they lost. They got to replace. A.D. Mitchell, now at Texas. Kenny McIntosh, now in the NFL. Darnell Washington, big old 6'7", 270-pound tight end.
Oh, it's
Broderick
not
Jones,
bad.
Warren McClendon, and then the mailman, Stetson freaking Bennett. TK, I want to start with you first because
yeah.
of receivers have been a little bit interesting over the past decade since you left. Georgia lost a big one in A.D. Mitchell, but kind of replaced it with two guys in the transfer portal. Talk about the loss of A.D. and then what it means when they went out there and added two big guys in the portal.
Yeah. Anytime you lose a player like a AD Mitchell, somebody that's a one receiver, a true one receiver, somebody that defenses have to key in on and do some special things defensive wise. It's a big deal. So him going over to Texas was a big loss for this offense. But you mentioned it. Kirby does it again. He strikes again with this with the recruiting that he does in the transfer portal and goes and gets Dom Lovett. 800 yards last year. I like to see the TDs come up a little bit. Only 3 TDs on the year last year. But went and got him. Went and got Ra Thomas out of Mississippi State. Now Ra has 7 touchdowns. You go grab guys that have production and have played in the toughness of this SEC field. So you go grab those two guys, and I think those two guys are super special to add to the additions that we have in Alad McConkey, as well as Arian Smith and some other guys. So that we'll mention later. But I mean, you go get those guys to replace AD, and you just keep chucking along. I think it gives Bobo some more weapons to work with.
Ben, it looks like a complete transformation of offensive line from when you were there. And we had some big offensive linemen like Cordy, you, Bean, good old Bean. We had some big dudes, but like these dudes nowadays are massive, and it looks like they're just pumping out first rounders after first rounders. Is it that easy to replace some of the talent up front that's been lost at Georgia, especially guys that obviously got drafted in the first round?
Yeah, being back there this spring, Mims is going to step right in. If you need him right, left, he played a lot of ball for him last year. Freak athlete. Like if you see him in person, he's a first rounder. Like he's got every tool in the book. He can do it all. Smart kid, can make every call. Then you go down to Big Tate. He's their solid guy. Him and Cedric in the middle. They've been there for him. They're the guys they can rely on. Those guys run the ship. Then you got Big Trust coming back from last year. He played a lot of ball for him. Then you got Ernest now. He's a big recruit coming out of, I think it's California or somewhere out there. You talking about smooth? That's what you want as an offensive lineman. He was hurt all last year as a freshman. He's getting his chance all camp. He's as smooth as they come. He's going to be one of those guys in a couple of years. You're like, wow, this guy, when he puts it all together, plays a lot of snaps this year. You got to give him a little leeway. It's his first time getting into action in the SEC. So he's going to be special.
All right, Knowshon, obviously everyone wants to know what the hell is going on with the running back position. It's RBU, in my opinion. I mean, the great history of running backs at Georgia over the past 40, 50 years, 60 years, for goodness sakes. And they've just kind of been hit by the bug a little bit. Before we get into maybe some of the depth issues, the one thing that Georgia's had over the past few years is running backs that are versatile, running between the tackles, running on the outside, but also catching the ball out of the backfield, which you were great as well. How has that position evolved a little bit from not just, 21 personnel behind a fullback, but being able to do a little bit of everything?
Yeah, I agree with you with the RBU for sure. I feel like we always keep a stable of backs in here, you know what I mean? Which I love. So, it's no changes this year. We did have a couple, the injury bug right now is hitting us, which is unfortunate. But I feel like to be a versatile back, to be a back that can not only run the ball, I feel like a lot of backs can run it. You can put a lot of guys back there just to run the ball, but catching out the backfield, man, is something that I feel like we've always prided ourselves at Georgia to be able to do. And then you see in the league, a lot of teams, that's what they're going to. They want backs to be able to catch out the backfield. I think about a Christian McCaffrey, a Dalvin Cook, people like that. Eckler is even good out the backfield, catching the ball. That's what these teams are looking for. So it's no different. That's always going to be that way. But when it comes to this year, though, with the Dogs, I feel like Dijon, it's going to be a lot on his shoulders this year. You know what I mean? Especially if Kenny, not Kenny, excuse me, if God dang, Kendall, all these KMs, you know what I'm saying? Now, if Mill can't stay healthy either, that's two big backs out with Branson and Kenny here. So hopefully he doesn't, get hurt. But I think a lot falls on the Dijon's shoulders this year and some of the other guys that don't have that much experience. I think of Andrew Paul and even Roderick. Young Roderick might have to come in here and do some things. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. But luckily for Georgia, we keep a stable of them boys back there.
Yeah,
great. They don't get in there. Cash.
Yeah, maybe even Cash. You know what I mean? It's like when I look at all these guys, they got a little bit of experience. You know what I mean?
Great White Hope.
Hey, when you have one of the best offensive lines in the country, like you ain't gonna get touched about 4 yards down the field, anyways. So what does it matter?
I can love that as well. I love that.
I saw them double teams they're working the other day, Ben. They're gonna get to that second level now. Schools ain't messing around. I would say I'll touch on the quarterback spot real quick. Stetson Bennett, obviously departing, now a Los Angeles Ram, 4-time MVP, 2-time in the first round playoff, 2-time in the national championship. The most important position in all of sports, the quarterback spot, won't be easy to replace, and especially his legs. And Ben, I'm sure you'll agree with this one, but a quarterback that is mobile and can get you out of trouble. It's the new thing nowadays. Like you want that type of guy from an offensive line perspective, because we want you to be perfect. The offensive line has a chance to be pretty damn good, but talk about the importance of having a guy like Stetson in the backfield that can get you out of trouble at times.
Absolutely. When you have a guy who can make plays with his legs, it puts another guy in the box. They got to account for the quarterback on runs, on the zone read, and even in protections. Hey, we can't just bling the house. We got to have somebody back there if he breaks through the line of scrimmage. And you saw it time and time again last year. He makes plays with his legs, getting the ball downfield to the playmakers. And in the NFL, that's the new trend right now with Jalen Hurts. Tannehill can move here in Tennessee. Trevor Lawrence.
I wish that he ran a little bit more, though, Tannehill, man. When we're at Miami, bro, there'd be times where I'm like, bro, if you don't just run You don't just run.
He's trying to
So
get them stairs. He wants to let it out. He
I
wants to,
know,
everybody
I
else
get
to
that, but I'm like, bro, you could have scrambled for 7-8 there because, like you said, he can do it, man.
Yeah,
Bro.
he got wheels too. I remember
Well, he was a
Yeah,
receiver in college. He definitely got
TAMU, right?
wheels.
Yeah, he got
Yeah.
wheels.
Rashad Jones ended his receiver days when he hit him in the bowl game.
He said it was over.
Oh,
I feel like with Taney, like the transition to quarterback, you work so hard to try and be a quarterback and be so good fundamentally that you just don't let yourself be a natural athlete too. I feel like that's part of the problem.
Green Bay, December 27th, snow game. Zone read took it to the house for 60. Gone.
Sliding.
Sliding.
Yeah,
And
he can
Ben's gonna defend him because he's right behind him in that damn poster behind his right shoulder. There he is, right there. Two of them.
Hey,
Look at him.
I
His
love it.
nuts
I
are in
love
Ben's
it.
face, for goodness sakes.
I'm
So
just
he's
saying,
loving on
we
Tanny.
know he can run. I just wish he did it more. I was like, yo, in Miami, I guess he let it out a little bit with
Keep my
Tennessee.
quarterback healthy.
I feel
Yeah,
you, man.
exactly. They paid him too much money to be running around like that.
At that time,
All right. Well, Georgia obviously, like you said, lost a lot of good guys, but both sides of the football is crazy. They're returning a lot of great guys, and why they're ranked number one heading into the season. Returning talent on offense: Brock Bowers, Ladd McConkey, Arian Smith, Marcus Rosemary-Jack Saint, Cedric Van Pran, Tate Ratledge. I probably left a few out, but you get the gist. They're returning a ton of production on the offensive side of the football. TK, you and I kind of talked about this a little bit the other day, man. I feel like there's been such a lull at the receiving position over the past decade where we had, guys like you and AJ and Marlon and Malcolm Mitchell and Michael Bennett and Conley, like some really, really good cores of receivers. And then all of a sudden, like there's been like this up and down, not a lot of consistency. Guys been hurt. It doesn't seem like that heading to this year. Is this the deepest receiving core that you could remember over the past decade?
Yeah, like you said, we talked about it a few shows ago, and yeah, I would have to say, I mean, with these additions that I mentioned earlier, Dom and Rara, you have Ladd who does a lot. I think he gets overlooked a lot. He does a lot of
Because he's
special
white.
stuff. Well, I ain't say that. You did. But he does get overlooked, man. He does a lot of special stuff. Jet sweeps. He punt returns for us. He's a special cat. Anytime you can get back there and do that, everybody on this call knows how hard it is to catch one of them things off a jug. So anytime you can get back there and do that and have that confidence, you're a special dude. And then you got Arian Smith as well, somebody that could take the top off the defense, somebody I'm looking forward to seeing just become more of a complete receiver. And a route runner, because you add that speed with route running and it's super special. So looking for him to be special as well. And then Marcus Rosemary-Jack Saint is somebody that I think has stepped up and played extremely well throughout the year last year and just is going to get better and better. What you drinking over there?
No, I just poured myself a glass of agua.
Oh, okay, a little water.
Yeah.
You think this water play well? Oh yeah.
It's Monday night, not Thursday or Friday just yet in Athens.
Dude.
So
All right.
even
Yeah,
though
I got something else over
TK
here.
and I talked about it on our show a couple weeks ago. If you haven't seen it, go back and check it out. But there's a couple freak athletes in the world that could burn it on both ends and still go out there and perform at a high level. And I wasn't with Knowshon in college, but I heard some stories that he kind of you kind of taught TK his ways of being able to excel on and off the field a little bit.
Oh,
Yeah.
snap. Hey.
Possibly.
I don't know what you're talking about, Coach. Nah, but listen, because when it's time to work, it's time to work. It don't matter what you get yourself into. That's how I always felt. You know what I'm saying? So,
Indeed.
yeah, you got to be able to work. You can play, but, hey, when it comes down to getting down to that work, let's get it.
Hey, someone that's going to make you work is our boy, Coach Searles, who all of us had the pleasure of seeing get after it and get after the offensive line each and every day during our time back at Georgia for his second season. Once again, Ben, could this unit finally win the Joe Moorhead Award, and how much is Searles going to play in helping this unit get there?
Yeah, they're sitting there talking about it. They know they came up short last year, and they have a chip on their shoulder. They have a lot of guys who's played a lot of ball for them, and it's in the back of their head. If they go out there this year and do what they did last year, I think they gave up a handful of sacks last year at most.
Mm-hmm.
They ran the ball down people's throat when they wanted to. They were the best offense, hands down, in football, and they're going to go out there and do it again this year. They're going to protect. Searles gets it out of them every day. He has that hat ready to go if they ain't bringing it.
What he do with the hat, man?
Hey, hey, letting that thing fly, coach.
Yeah, he'd hit us, and Knowshon be laughing over there picking up the hat. The back swing.
Oh
Hey,
my
but
god, I love Sam.
they gotta be pretty ticked off though, right? Like the fact that they were definitely the best offensive line last year. Like, is that legitimate motivation in your mind for them?
Absolutely. You have something like that.
Who won it?
Michigan back to back
Oh.
years.
It's just
Yeah, I
they
can't
don't
give it
play
to
anybody all year. They sit there and block white guys all year. Nobody. They play Northwestern, Iowa State, Purdue. They play nobody.
They
Ain't
blocked a bunch of Ben Joneses. A bunch of Ben
Ain't-
Joneses.
ain't nothing coming
said
off
what?
that edge, though.
The only good defensive players they play every year are on their own team at Michigan. That's it. So they don't play anybody. They play a good team in the playoffs, and what happens? They get whooped every
I'm
year.
right with you. I'm with him, coach. I'm with him, coach.
It's
Talk
true.
that talk, Ben.
Hey, I'm about the dogs now.
Yeah.
Hey, speaking of dogs, the dogs do got undisputed best playmaker, best tight end in all of college football, in Brock Bowers' return this year. There's no question about that. I mean, he may be the best tight end of all time. Knowshon, talk about that position. I don't know who was the tight end there. It was AY.
Yeah, A White. Who else we had back there? Hold on. That's
Chandler was
Trip
a blocker.
Chandler.
okay.
Chandler.
Yeah,
Hey, nothing like Brock
those
Bowers
are
though.
the two.
He's a
Higgins
different
blocking.
piece.
Those are the two I can think of right
Big
now.
Bruce. Bruce Figgins.
Bruce. But like, yeah,
Bruce.
Shout out Bruce.
Bruce. Yeah, shout out Bruce for sure.
Dude, Bruce would sweat more than anyone I've ever met in my life.
Bruce was another offensive.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Oh man.
No, talk about Brock though. Like, have you seen anything like that? Whether it's the league or kind of what he's done the first 2 years at Georgia.
I mean, it's high praises. I mean, the kid's still so young, right? He's only done this for 2 years, and the numbers that he's putting up so much so far is
Yep.
tremendous, man. It puts him up there in the conversation as one of the best for sure. The person that he kind of reminds me of is like a Kelsey. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, we know he can run the ball out the backfield on some sweeps. You know what I mean? Of course, he can catch the ball, but I was most impressed about his blocking and his willingness to put that head in there, bro, and get the block. You know, for his teammates and stuff like that. So I'd love to see that from him. But it's still early, you know what I'm saying? If he stay for 4 years, bro, he's gonna break so many records. It's gonna be ridiculous.
Oh my
Oh,
You know what I'm saying?
He's gone.
It's gonna
He's
be
out of there.
ridiculous.
What does he have left? He's won 2 natties. He's been tight end of the year. I mean, there's nothing left.
And
for
I
him
think
to do.
he'll
it's a
and
solid
he'll break
little
some
life.
records even this year. You know what I mean? He'll get up there in the 3,000s. You know what I mean? For yards for a tight end, that's gonna be crazy.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's
he'll be up there.
unbelievable.
He's special,
Yeah.
bro. Like,
Yeah,
He's
he's super
special.
special.
And listen, with all those receivers too, I mean, like as a defense, do you really want to just double Brock the entire game and leave
That's what I'm saying.
you know, Dominic and Rara and
Listen.
McConkey and Arian one-on-one?
Monken said, "Knowshon, y'all better watch out back there." Monken said he a better running back than anything. Said he can run that thing.
See that? What? No, we seen him run some sweeps. We know he can run that thing, and the boy is fast. But don't be disrespectful back there.
I'm saying y'all stay
Okay?
healthy. Y'all stay
You know
healthy
what I'm
back
saying?
there.
No disrespect. But no, I do.
Well, they ain't staying healthy, TK. That's the problem. He may have to
Hey,
be running back.
I'm saying, bro.
But I do
They have
expect
to.
them to have some packages for him. You know what I mean? To run the ball, like I said, on some sweeps maybe. And Lad, they did it last year. You know what I mean? But the running backs
Hey,
have to step
TK,
up.
the new Eagle White, McConkey,
Ooh.
Bowers.
They gonna throw the doves up.
Throw
Oh
the doves
man, nah. I guess you could go that. Put Cash in the backfield. You probably could get a little Eagle White out there.
You could get a little Eagle White out there.
No, you don't like it, Ben?
All right, let's transition a little bit to this weekend's matchup versus UT Martin. Before not a lot of talk about the actual game, but I just want to talk about like first game memories and essentially playing an opponent like this. Ben, what was your before your very first game at Georgia? What were those nerves like?
Yeah, coming from a small town where it's only 2,000 people in my whole town, to going to see 93,000 people in the stands, and you're coming off of 2007 season. We're coming in ranked number 1. Heisman watch for Knowshon and Stafford that year. All the hype was on the game. We opened up with Georgia Southern, and we whipped them. The first 2 weeks, it was bad. I'm talking about we whipped them. I got to play right away, so it was a good day. So it didn't start out the first out. I got to rotate in the second series. Had a little backed up with Stafford on the backed up 1 yard line for my first snap in college football. So that was fun with Stafford. We ran a good old QB sneak to start it off with.
Nice.
Bro, I'm more impressed that you're able to remember all that.
Yeah,
I
that's
can tell you
great.
the whole game.
That's great. That's
First
awesome.
start, you jumped over me for a touchdown against Arizona State on the Horn 48 boss.
Horn
Oh,
48, baby.
I remember when you started talking about it. Yes, I can remember that. I love that Horn
I
48.
can tell you
I remember all
game
that.
plans from Florida when they
That
did
makes
their
no
feet.
sense.
Like the spikes hit you on the first play against Florida that year. We were running host 46. If it was corner pressure, we ran stretch and gave the corner to Stafford. If they ran smack, we ran the horn and post to pull around. So we knew the corner was coming. Bean whiffed on the thing, and spikes hit you in the face.
Damn
Son
Bean.
of a gun.
Host.
Bing. Got my boy on Swamp Kings.
Hey, for those listening, host was it's a
Horn
2
and
plays
stretch.
in one, horn and stretch. So if you like the horn, hey, good. You don't like the horn, kill. I forget what the check was for though. Were we running the same side or were you going were we going opposite?
That was same side. It was
Same
if
side.
it was because we knew we put formation to boundary then, and when you did that versus Florida back then, you was either getting corner pressure or smack pressure every time, and it was all done by the D lineman's feet. So we knew corner pressure was coming, so we were running stretch right into it.
Come on, Bean.
And
Bean.
Bean fucked it up. Damn it, Bean.
Oh, Bing. It's all right, Bing.
Double to the
Yeah,
mic.
it's straight. Double to the nizzle,
TK,
bro.
they're playing a group of 5 team UT Martin, and we had our share of not good, but like Power 5 games to start the season off, and then some group of 5 games start to get. Is there a different mindset for you, like heading into a game? Like what would your mindset be? Locker room Saturday, 5:45, 15 minutes before you go out there and play UT Martin.
Man, y'all know me. I was one of those cats. I was pretty loose all day, every day. So just everything, the work has been put in, obviously. But first game playing a Power 5 or not a Power 5 team, it's not crazy different because you've been going up against your guys the whole time. So you want to go up against somebody else. You're excited to go out there and put it on somebody else. So yeah, I kept the main thing, as our man Bobo would say, and just playing ball. Just thought about playing ball, doing what I had to do to have a good day.
Knowshon, what do you want to see from the team week 1? Like, if this team's going to go back to back to back, what do we need to feel like they accomplish after this first matchup?
Man, mostly I'm gonna be seeing how they protect Carson back there. I mean, of course the competition is not the highest, right? But that being said, I don't want to see no sacks out there. You know what I mean? I want to see Carson be able to get onto a read, you know what I mean, and move off of it, and don't just get stuck on one read and kind of go through his progressions, make the passes that we need to make, and let the rest play for itself. But I'm really gonna be watching the play of Carson. And I'm just thinking about, I don't want to see too much pressure on him, but we don't know how he is under pressure yet, right? When the bullets are really flying, like in a big game, you know what I mean? And those are going to be coming real quickly. We don't know what he's going to be like. We knew when Stetson got hit or if he made a mistake that, hey, bro, he was going to come back and handle business, right? We don't know that yet with Carson. So I'm just going to be watching that real closely and making sure my backs are doing their job by protecting him.
And hopefully staying damn healthy and make it that South Carolina game week 3 for the running backs.
Yeah,
all right, before I let you three roll, we got to go score prediction for the game. Ben Jones, what do you got? Give us the final score prediction here.
What's the spread on this thing?
45.
I don't even think they put a spread on it.
What is it, John?
45-0.
He said 45.
I don't think they put a number on it. I think this is one of the games they don't even put a spread on it.
Yeah, but he's saying that's his score.
That's your score?
Yeah, no, 45-0. What do you got, TK?
Shit, something like that. Yeah. 48-0.
48-0.
I don't think they score.
They better not score, bro. All right. Man, y'all disrespected UT, I feel like, right? I mean, not even a field goal. I got to give the Nats at least 3. Not even 3, coach. Y'all funny. All right, bet.
Hey,
Let me go. I'll
Georgia
go.
may
I'll
have the
go.
third. Georgia may have the third team in the fourth quarter, so you never know.
That's what I'm
don't
saying.
matter.
Them boys might be out of the game as well.
They 5 scores.
That's
true.
true. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go. I'm gonna go. 40. I'm gonna go 48-3.
48-3,
No,
45
no,
nothing,
52.
48 nothing,
50, give me
43.
50 something. Give me 52-3.
50 piece?
Yeah, 52-3. Yeah.
52
50
3.
ball.
All right, 52 3.
What you got,
Carson
man?
goes out there 5 touchdowns first game to get things going.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
What,
I like it.
what you? What's your score
What
prediction?
are you doing?
I can't get my. I'm calling the game. I'm calling it for SEC Network. I can't get my score prediction. I gotta
Oh,
work.
you gotta
the damn
wait
thing.
till they ask.
I can't show up to the game biased. Like,
No, that's
you
very
know,
true. Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
you can.
I
I
have to
can't
be
even be
somewhat
on no
professional.
ESPN.
You
Be on
can.
no ESPN. I'm biased.
Me
No,
too. Me too, big.
they kick me off real quick.
Me too.
Yeah, I can't be saying like "Go Dogs" on the broadcast.
That's
So
how I say hello up here. Go
we'll
Dogs.
find out. Hey, I will say this every time. You know the song "Baba O'Reilly," the song that plays before the games.
Teenage weight? Yeah.
No, not is yeah. Huh? No,
Phil
not Phil Collins. Baba
That's
O'Reilly.
the one I'm thinking about, Ben.
And Phil Collins go hard too.
That
No, that's when we're
That
doing the
was that throwback.
stretching.
Woo.
But they play another
This
song.
one.
I've been to the game since I left, so I couldn't tell you.
The Who?
Oh,
Yeah. Every time that plays in the stadium, I start crying like fucking Knowshon did. Tears coming out. Every time that song plays and I'm in Sanford, I start crying like a little baby. Every
Man.
time. I'll be
Hey.
up in the booth and my play-by-play guys
Dude.
gonna look at me. I'll be crying before the
Dude.
game starts. As soon as that game, I'm gonna be doing my opening comment. I'm gonna be like, he's gonna ask me a question. I'm gonna be on SEC Network talking, and I'm gonna hear Bob O'Reilly in the background, and I'm gonna lose my shit. I guarantee it. I'm gonna lose it.
Yeah.
Oh, Knowshon, I'm gonna make you proud, Knowshon.
Make me proud, though. Don't disappoint now. Hey, for real.
Big ass damn teardrop. All right. That's Tavarres King, Ben Jones, Knowshon Moreno, breaking it down from those who have been there, those who have done it as Georgia gets ready to defend the back-to-back national champs. Fellas, appreciate you jumping on tonight.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, dog.